Hey guys, it's Tab from FreeFly Systems. I'm going to show you how to set up the CineStar Gimbal, and I'm going to give you some tips to get the best performance out of it you can. It's just some things I've learned along the way in working with it. When it comes to you, it's kind of all folded up, and it really doesn't look much like a gimbal at all. So you'll need to fold this top bar up like this, and when you do that, we want to keep an acute angle on this, at least for initial setup. Depending on what camera you're using, it might vary a little bit, but this angle as compared to this top tube here, this angle to that piece, let's keep that, let's make that about a 15-degree angle. So once you get that set up, we need to go in and tighten these 4 screws here, which will clamp that piece in the position that we just set. So I just usually, fold the tilt axis out of the way so I can get in there with a 3mm driver. So get in there, tighten this guy down, and just snug these guys up for now is fine. We're just getting rough settings. So once those two are tight, let's bring the tilt axis back, and let's set the tilt axis for now so that these pieces here are parallel to this top bar here. So that looks about right. And then we'll rotate this camera plate so the camera would be sitting, roughly level at that point. Snug the camera plate up just so it stays. It doesn't need to be super tight. So we've got that. That's kind of the setup right now. We're still missing this top bar. That'll come with the kit. It'll probably be in a separate plastic bag with some other accessories for the gimbal. You'll need to just push this into these 2 clamps. Sometimes if you kind of rotate as you go, it goes in a little bit easier. Just set that tube so it's flush with this back second clamp. Snug these guys up. 4 bolts here to snug that up. One thing that I will say on these the clamps that we use, you need to be somewhat conscious of the fact that the clamps are clamping equally as you tighten them. If you crank down on just one half of the clamp and then go to snug up the other one, you'll notice that one half the clamp will be touching, and there'll actually be a significant gap on the other side of the clamp, and we don't want that. We want equal clamping throughout the gimbal. It makes everything much easier to align, and it just makes it easier to work on as well. So we've got this. We've got the preliminary setup done. This is if you just snugged everything up just as it sits here, put your camera on it and go fly, you're going to get pretty decent performance. I'm going to show you some tricks and tips to optimize it for some other cameras and some other different setups here in a second.